What is it like to be a champion? To know that out of all the competition, hands down, you were the best. It's something that you will never forget, and quite frankly, you never should. Reaching a pinnacle that very few ever will, it's one of the few things in a lifetime that can never be taken away. This will live on forever. Blood, sweat, and everything you got guarantees nothing, but you work, you fight, and like those from generations past, you hope that one day you will be standing victorious in the ashes. In 2016, the town of Gunter put one of the best teams in the Lone Star State on the field. Under the Friday night lights, they went undefeated, tested in the Valley of Fire to claim their crown as state champions. After you got it, you gotta keep it. Week after week, Friday night after Friday night, you're tested. Everyone wants to see what you're made of, including yourself. So again, you rise to the challenge, you attack uncertainty, you tackle your fears and leave no doubt that the champs have come to defend their title. Enter the Mustangs. They stampede into Tiger Den, eager for their shot at the champs. Like many, this is their championship game. If they can knock off number one, it'll be something that they will never forget. And quite frankly, they never should. Tonight, the young stallions from East Texas want nothing more than to tame the mighty Tigers. Only one will be victorious. Gunter, Chisum, only on Live One Sports.
It's a chilly fall evening here at Tiger Stadium in Gunter, Texas, but perfect weather for the defending state champion Gunter Tigers to continue their undefeated streak against new district rival, the Mustangs of Chisum High School. Good evening, everybody. I'm Todd Turner here with Coach Chris Hickson and Roy Lehman, welcoming you to Football Game Day, presented by Live One Sports. Chris, the Tigers are 8-0 coming into tonight's matchup, and it's beginning to look like deja vu all over again for these number one ranked Gunter Tigers. They're looking to return to the state championship. But what are these kids going to do not to look over the Mustangs from Chisum?
Thank you, Todd. Yes, the Tigers are 8-0 coming into tonight's contest between the Mustangs. But I can tell you one thing, these guys aren't overlooking anybody. They know what it takes to get back to the big dance like last year, and they're not overlooking anybody. They're going to take these Mustangs very serious and hopefully start the game off, get on their throats really fast, hit them hard and fast like they've been doing all year, and come out of this game with a victory. The Tigers can hit you in all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, which is one reason that they're on a 24-game winning streak. The last time these Tigers lost was to the Howell Bulldogs in 2015 at Bulldog Stadium. This season, they've outscored their opponents 394 to 43. Okay, the offense is averaging 49 points a game, and the defense is giving up a stingy 5.37 points per game. Now, by my math, that's a safety and a field goal per game that the defense is giving up, partly because they returned 12 from last year's state championship team, 7 on defense, 5 on offense.
Gunter's being led by veteran coach Jake Frizzell. What can you tell us about him?
Coach Frizzell is now in his 11th season here at Gunter. He got here in 2007 where he went 12-1 and got defeated by a tough Cisco team in the 4th round. Coach Frizzell, he's a UT graduate and a biology major. So the guy was going to be a doctor and then said, I think I'm going to go coach high school football, and opted out of the doctorate program to coach high school football. In doing that, the guy has 115 victories and his overall record, 115, 24, and 0. He's never lost in the first round of the playoffs, and since being in Gunter since 2010, he has more victories, or he's led the Tigers, mind me, in more victories in his classification than any other team here in North Texas.
Roy, Chisum, a relative newcomer to the district, only their second year. What do they bring to tonight's game?
Well, Todd, they're a team that's dramatically improving, and they returned 7 starters on both sides of the ball. They had 15 returning lettermen this year. They ended last season 1-9, but they've already tripled their wins for this year. They're sitting at 3-4 right now. They began District 2-0 with a win over Prairie Land and a really gutsy win they had over the S&S Rams. I tell you, Todd, they're looking for redemption tonight. You talk about being overlooked. They don't want to be overlooked. They want to show that they can play with the big boys, and they've got an awesome opportunity to do it against the Gunter Tigers tonight. 2 weeks ago, they played their homecoming and were beat 29-0 in their homecoming. They had a bye week last week. So that means the bitter taste of losing has been sitting in their mouth for 2 weeks now. And the best way to get that bitter taste out of your mouth is with a big win. And what better way to do it against the Gunter Tigers tonight? This is Texas high school football, and anything can happen, and the Mustangs are here to prove that.
How does Coach Peavy look to build on the good thing this team is already doing?
Well, Coach Peavy is working hard, and he's seeing some success at bringing a winning culture to this team and winning to Chisum. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2007, and he'd like to change that. Peavy is a local guy. He was coaching softball and assistant coaching football and just kind of doing the work around there. And, they needed somebody to come up and fill in at AD and take the reins for head coach. And he was a unanimous guy to do that. The narrative for him is kind of a guy who's kind of grown up in the area. He went to high school right up the road at Honey Grove, went to college down there at Texas A&M Commerce, and you can just kind of see this local boy makes good. He's invested in the area. He's invested in the kids. Coach Peavy expects a lot out of his players, and that's showing up on the field, and it's showing up in the win-loss column. Coach Peavy is a great coach, and he's doing a great job with the program.
Well, that's a look at today's matchup. When we come back, we'll talk about each team's key to winning tonight's game. You're watching Football Game Day on Live One Sports.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Well, guys, as we get set for kickoff tonight, let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. Coach Chris, what have the Gunter coaches been working with on this week? What is the game plan?
Well, the game plan, Todd, is do what you do. Do what you do, play aggressive football, fly to the football, make plays, keep your foot on the throat of the Mustangs, don't let off. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Also, be the hammer, not the nail.
Well, it looks like Chisum took the kickoff there and didn't get back too far, maybe to the 14-yard line as they get set up. Roy, what do you think the coaches at Chisum have been talking and to their players about, and what's going to get them an upset tonight?
Well, very simply, they're going to have to play to win, and they're going to need to shock the world to beat this Gunter Tiger football. They're looking for a Gunter Tiger football team. They're looking for a big upset. Attitude is huge when you're coming into a highly competition with a highly ranked team like Gunter. They're going to have a balanced attack, and they're going to have to hit it both up top, make some plays throwing the ball. They're not going to be able to ground and pound against this team. They're taking the line of scrimmage right here. Quarterback is under center. And they're going to start off the game with a run, and looks like it's going to be a short game there for the Mustangs on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, I guess they're going to look for a hole there tonight. Not a lot of teams have had much success running up the middle on Gunter, have they, Coach Chris?
Yeah, that was number 52, Adrian Martinez, in on that tackle.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs, and we'll see what they have for this. A lot of times these first few plays from scrimmage, they can dictate a lot of what we're going to see about the game, and we'll see what the Chisum game plan is. Hopefully they're going to tip their hand a little bit and show us some things here. 2nd and 9 as they make their way to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback is under center. No running back in the backfield, and it's a quarterback keeper. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Picks up just a few yards on the play.
Well, I tell you what, you're right. They're trying to find a hole in the middle. They have to knock somebody over. Looking for that little gap. We found that not a lot of people can get around the edge on Gunter, and They're not even trying yet. They're just trying to feed it right up the middle. Let's see if they keep that up with 3rd and long.
Yeah, I don't know. That last stop was by number 50, Keenan Majors. And, guys, I just don't see it happening 3rd and long. You got to expect a pass right here.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to pass. Quarterback is under center. That's number 13, Luke Schiller, is the quarterback for Chisum tonight. There's the snap. He's looking to his right, trying to find something. Got a little bit of time. Going to have to take it back to his left now. Gets a little bit of yardage past the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be short of a first down.
That's a lot of running, but not a lot of yards gained. 4th and about 2. I don't think anybody's crazy enough to go for that. I expect to see the punter come on in for Chisum for sure.
Yeah, deep in their own territory, 4th down.
Yeah.
Gunter Tigers, what are they doing there, Chris? What do you see? What do you see from them? Much
Playing
of the
aggressive
same.
defense, Roy. Yeah. Flying to the ball just like we saw that open field tackle by number 1, Bryson Rigsby. Great open field tackle.
So there's number 1. It's going to be Christian Lopez lining up to back, presuming to punt here. It's a low snap, but he does get it off, and pretty decent punt. It's going to be retrieved, though.
Going to be returned by number 5, Jance. He does have a seam crossing over in the 50 into Chisum territory. He's got room to run. He's at the 30, 20, and he is going to be brought down inside the 15, Roy, just like that.
Wow.
Dylan Jance.
Finally brought down by number 1, Christian Lopez, who punted the ball and then ended up having to make the tackle. So you know that's not ever a good sign when you make it all the way back to the one who punted the ball. And so now Gunter knocking on the door already, haven't even had a play from scrimmage yet. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Gunter can score in all the phases, defense, offense, and special teams. You always have to be ready
Tigers
for a
being
big
brought
play.
up down by number 18, Bauer. Tigers in a 2-by-2 set. Number 1, Rigsby, the lone back. Bauer in shotgun.
To line up with them.
Going to be a keeper by Bauer around the right side. Still on his feet. Be a short gain of about 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
I will say this for the Mustangs. They were able to contain Bauer on that, and it's going to take several of them to do that. They had an initial hit, and they held on. Luke Schiller, who played quarterback on the other side of the ball, was one of the guys who got the initial hit there, and they were able to hold on. 2 or 3 guys is what it's going to take to stop Bauer right there, and to the credit of the Mustang defense, they did that.
Bauer is a load. He goes 6'1", 210. Double tight set, double wing look. Going to be another keeper by Bauer, and he's stuffed. Going to be a short gain again.
So now 3rd down for the Tigers. Chisum trying to keep them from getting in the end zone here. You don't want the Tigers to get on the board this early in the game. 3rd down here for the Tigers.
Trips to the near side, split to the wide side.
Well, Gunter normally doesn't have the ball this close to the end zone, do they, guys? This is one of the first plays this year this close to the end zone.
Bauer making the call. Bauer takes the snap. It's going to be a tunnel route out to Jansen. That's going to be good for a Tiger touchdown just like that. Yeah. 3 plays and score, you guys.
It's really hard to stop Dylan Jance coming out of the backfield when he catches a pass like that, and he didn't have to get much steam going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Gunter.
He went in virtually untouched. Tiger now going for the PAT and the swinging gate look.
And those Tiger flags are running down the sideline. It's what teams from across the district have come to hate to see, are those GHS flags running down the sideline after a Gunter Tiger score.
Gonzalez set to kick the PAT. Snap is up, and it's going to be good. It's going to bring your score. Gunter 7, Chisum 0.
8-14. Look at this replay. What happened here, Coach Chris?
Well, it was just a tunnel screen to Jansen. He went in virtually untouched. They had nobody over him. And nice pitching catch.
Yeah, with that quick speed, as soon as he has the ball in his hand, he's a dangerous weapon.
Dangerous.
And I can't even believe he's out on the edge like that with no one guarding
him.
He's
alone.
He's the weapon that Gunter comes to the table with, and no one even on him.
Well, the Mustangs defense has to think about one of the things that Dalen Bauer does is makes it. He's a quarterback who acts as a running back, but not just in a pitching out, a bootleg or an option kind of thing. He can run it right up the middle.
Right.
So the Chisum defense is having to sink in and try to think about what's coming up the middle, and then lo and behold, here comes Jantz catching a pass from the outside, and you could just tell that their secondary was on their heels, standing back in the end zone, and he goes in untouched.
Absolutely. What do you do? What do you do?
It's a good question. Pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison's exactly right. Well, Gunter's lined up for the kick. They're kicking south tonight. You know, the wind was really blowing today and howling, but it looks like it's settled down a little bit. I'm not sure it's going to affect the kicking game, but if it does, it's going to be this north to south kick. So we'll find out how Evan Gonzalez does. The ball is up and pretty deep, but it's not going to make it to the end zone. It will be a run back for the Chisum Mustangs. Not a lot of places to go when that Gunter defense swarms you like that.
Yeah, that was Chase McClinsky, the senior, making the return on that and just, kind of going nowhere fast. Got swarmed by the special teams precision of the Gunter Tigers.
Brought down by number 4, Braden Clopton.
So they got a lot of field in front of them, do the Mustangs, taking over from about the 12-yard line there, 1st and 10. And we'll see what they can put together for a second drive. You just got to, against the Tigers, you got to want to get out of this hole, get away from the end zone here and bust something open here, really hoping to make a big play.
It's a moral victory just to move the ball and get a first down against Gunter, just to know you can do it.
That's
absolutely
one of the things we've come accustomed to do is looking up and seeing when an opposing team finally gets a first down. So Chisum's really hoping to do that early on tonight.
Tigers in a 5-man front.
Quarterback under center now. There's the snap. Going to be a give to his running back around the right side.
Well, up the middle is not open, and it looks like around the right side's not open
sir.
right now.
Brought down by number 50, Keenan Majors, and Zach Lowe.
I believe that was number 8, Owen Moore, if I got that number correctly, taking the handoff there, and it almost hit immediately in the backfield. And going to be a loss on the play. Second now, and what is that, 2nd and 12 now for the Mustangs. You can't afford to lose a yard when you start from where they're starting there, and so they're really hoping to move the ball from scrimmage here. Going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's able to move the ball ahead some.
Oh, he was getting popped left and right by that Tiger front.
That was Luke Schiller, number 13, took that ball ahead. Luke is a junior quarterback, but he's a 200-pound quarterback. He packs a pretty good punch, and you saw that there. I don't know. I mean, he had some yards to make up. He picked up about 6 yards on that quarterback keeper.
That's not. He's really not a quarterback. He's a running back, isn't he? So he is a weapon keeping that ball. And we were talking a little bit earlier. Even if you want to throw, you just don't come out throwing. You sort of bait him a little bit. So I'm very anxious to see if he's going to keep it and throw it in a minute.
Right.
Quarterback under center here. Here's our snap. He is looking to throw. He has a man, and he's going to overthrow him. Pass was intended for number 10, Bryson Chadwick, but it's going to fall incomplete.
On the
And
coverage,
bring up
number
4th
50,
down
Keenan
here.
Majors, and he's
as Chadwick is kind of
up.
slow getting up, but he is up and on his feet. That's a good sign.
Well, we just mentioned that is bait him with the run, and then come with the throw. The problem is the Gunter defense breaks through that line so fast. It's hard to get your feet set. We've seen teams play against Gunter, and they just automatically put the quarterback in a rollout just to get out of that pocket. That pocket collapsed really fast.
Yes,
a lot of the offenses find that. Well, it's 4th and about 6. Of course, there's no way they're going to go for that, so we got the punt team in. A little better punt, a little better snap on this punt. That's the second time they've kicked to our number 1 weapon.
Right. The punt didn't go quite as far, but the good news is for the Mustangs, it's not going to be returned.
Yeah, it's going to be spotted right at the 50-yard line for the Tigers.
One thing I did see on that last play that the Mustangs threw, they threw it in the neighborhood of number 5, Kalen Reeves, who is a senior tight end, also plays a little bit of running back, but he's 220 pounds. He's a hoss out there.
Wow, they got some meat out there on that field, don't they?
They do.
And I think they're going to need to get Kalen Reeves involved in the game. I really do. They're either going to hand him the ball or throw him the ball. Again, that pass was intended for Chadwick, but it was also in the neighborhood of Reeves.
Tigers coming to the line.
Gunter likes his big field to work with.
Yes,
they don't like
do.
being tight to the end zone. This is where they do their damage.
Going to be a keeper by Bauer around the left side. He's going to be bottled up. Going to be a gain of 5. Going to bring up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 45.
They had number 13, Luke Schiller, making the tackle there. So now 2nd down for the Tigers. what is that about it looks like he gets hit pretty quickly, but it's a 6-yard gain.
Right.
Always finds a way to fall forward, doesn't he?
Always. Yes, he does. Our backfield again, wing back set to the right, split to the near side. Going to be a toss to Jance around the right side. He's got some blockers, and he's got some room to run, and he accelerates to the 30, 20, 10, and that's going to be another Tiger touchdown. Dylan Jance, 45-yard TD run.
Get the ball in the weapon's hands, and that's what he does.
That's what he does. He's been looked at by some D1 schools. Jance, great run, acceleration. He went untouched.
Well, the thing was,
on the replay.
Building up to that, it looks like a track meet, but it's really not. It's that they take the run to the middle with Dalen Bauer, and then they pop it outside with Jance, and there he goes. So they bait him in and then work it out. It's the same thing basically we saw in principle with the pass last time they did with the run this time with the same player, Jance.
Exactly. Swinging gate. Rigsby in for the 2-point conversion.
And just like that, our score is it 15-0?
15-0
with 5
now.
minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Look at the replay right here. Look at the blockers out in front of him.
Yeah.
Colton Smith's nice block. He goes in. Touchdown Tigers. Great blocking, great execution.
But the blockers were also blocking with their inside shoulder, and Jance was running to the outside, which tells you that the defense did not get the containment that they wanted to get. They were not able to push Jance a step inside. He went to the outside, stayed outside, and went straight down the line for a touchdown. That's not what you want. That's the Chisum defensive coordinator is pulling his hair out right now going, how are we going to get that outside containment that we need?
And here we go. Evan Gonzalez set to kick.
Let's see if he gets it to the end zone this time. Like we said, he has a little bit of wind tonight. He has a strong enough leg. He normally kicks it all the way to the end zone, but of course, we like to see a little bit of action. Sometimes I like it when it lands on the 1-yard line. Right. Looks like this one's going to do the exact same.
That's going to be number 6, Chase McClinsky, returning that kick, and he finds no running room. He's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. It looked like he thought about it and said, man, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere here.
If you just watch Gunter come down, they really are disciplined to stay in their lanes. They just do not create openings very often.
They play disciplined, sound football, like you said earlier, in all 3 phases of the game, special teams included.
Yeah, has there been a run back of over 10 yards on a kick all year long that we can remember?
Not that I can remember.
No, I can't either. They do their job. They practice it over and over.
Absolutely.
They know what their job is. They're all very, very disciplined. Well, here comes Chisum, Roy. Looks a little bit set there. Looks like they're going to run here for sure.
Yeah, back up to the line of scrimmage here, but they got a run coming across the middle. It looked like a little bit of a counterplay there, going nowhere, though. Going to be picked up quick by the Tigers. About a 1-yard pickup there.
Brought down by number 8, Zach Lowe.
It's like LeVar Ball always says on those special teams, stay in your lane.
That's right.
That's what the Tigers do, and it just makes it they're pinned back here inside the 20-yard line, and it seems like, if you're the Chisum Mustangs, you're thinking, again, I'm right here, I'm backed against the wall here again. 2nd and 9 now as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage.
Chisum has some meat in there. I'd like to see if they can move that line just a little bit, just for 3 or 4 yards of play.
Going to be a give now to the running back. Back to the left side this time. Still finds tough going.
Going to be brought down by number 53, Colton Smith, and number 60, Will Roan.
That was number 8, Owen Moore, again with the carry. Just finding no running room. Loss on the play. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
Boy, the quick play, the 3s and out, and the quick scores, we've already burned a lot of our first quarter. We're down to just 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah, we sure are.
As Chisum just tries to find some kind of rhythm, something to get happy about.
Bigger loss than I realized on that. 3rd and 11 now as Chisum comes to the line of scrimmage. They do have wide receivers, one to the left, one to the right. Here's the snap. Quarterback looks to his left, looks to his right, throws. It's going to fall incomplete. Intended for number 10. Bryson Chadwick, and he was pretty well covered on that.
Yeah, he was triple covered by Reed, Lowe, and Clopton.
Yeah. Clearly the Tigers had their confidence they could stop the run with their line, and so they're able to pull their defensive backs back and say, y'all do business out here, and we've seen them. We've seen the Tigers get some pick sixes this year.
Yes, we have.
And I thought we were about to see one right there, just to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I saw that ball go up.
I'm not sure he didn't just let that go,
I
to be
know.
honest with you. I thought he might could have caught
Well,
it.
if
Maybe
you're going
it's
to do that, throw it to your mama. Don't throw it a minute close to the defenders right there. Here's going to
Jant's
be
back
the punt.
deep. And he will not field. He's telling everybody to get away, and Tigers are going to take over in Mustang territory on about the 32-yard line.
Oh, man.
Guys, let's talk about that. Have y'all seen 3 punts in a row to our number one weapon? All year long, people have been kicking it left, kicking it out of bounds, kicking it right out of bounds. That's the first time somebody's kicked it right down the middle of the field 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I think they're just doing everything they can to get out of that hole, and they're thinking, if we can just get
right
backs away from the wall here.
Something, a spark. First and 10 Tigers on the 32. Bauer bringing his team out, trips to the near side. We got a split to the far side.
Mustangs are manning up with the wide receivers. Trips right over here.
Rigsby the one back. Going to be a stay pass out to Clompton, makes a spin move. He's going to get a little bit upfield.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short gain. I think he might have just got back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10, looks like.
Tackle made by number 11, Robbie Pridemore there. He's a senior weighing in 185 pounds. Has made a good tackle there on Clopton, which is hard to do. Clopton's a great athlete.
That's a big tackle because normally if he gets by that first tackle, he's normally gone.
Yeah, he
Yes.
held on.
Double tight now. Look, Lake Reed split to the near side. Gage Biggerstaff switching over to the far side tight end. Going to be an end around at number 4, Clopton. He's got some jets. He's got some room to run. Inside out move to the 20, to the 10. And that's, in for a Tiger touchdown. He runs over a Mustang to get into the score of number 4, Braden Clopton.
Who doesn't like to pull up when he sees that the end zone, does he?
No.
He just decides to run right on through and right on in.
Watch on the replay right here. It's just a little end around. He comes around, gets a great inside block, and watch him accelerate. Inside out move. He just accelerates, gets around the end, and then runs over the defender.
And they're going to be in for the 2-point conversion again is Bryson Rigsby. So, we've seen now.
Do we have a penalty?
I believe they actually called the last one short, and then now they're running the 2-point conversion. They raised their hand for a touchdown, but did not. They did not call it a touch. They called it a touchdown.
So they called him out of bounds?
Okay.
He hit the pylon.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought they
my mistake,
everybody.
everybody.
Must have overruled somebody. But regardless, now your score is 21-0, and we're going up for the extra point.
It was inevitable. It was going to be a touchdown one way or the other, and the kick is up and is good.
So Rigsby got the touchdown.
I thought Rigsby got the 2-point conversion.
After Clopton did all that work.
Look here. Here's Clopton making his way around the end. And let's see if he gets in here. Well,
no, I think he did get pushed out.
Yeah, he hit the pylon, but the ball didn't cross.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the deal.
It was. That was a good call.
Well,
from our angle, it looked like
it was again 3 times now. The Chisum Mustangs are going to have to figure out how to make the Tigers cut it back upfield. Outside containment, outside containment, outside containment. Every time they're just they're turning the corner and turning on the jets, and the Tigers are off to the races.
Well, we all know the phrase "speed kills," but it's so true that you get a guy who's just a little faster in the 4.5, 4.6 speed. And that makes a big difference when you're running 40, 50 yards down the field.
Dangerous.
Tigers now teeing up the ball. Going to kick off again. Our score is 22-0 here with just under 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. And, if you're the Chisum coach, you're just saying, guys, keep your heads up, stay in this game. It's the first quarter. There's a lot of ball left to be played as the Tigers kick off.
Gonzalez kick is up high, floating kick.
That is not what you want to see. That ball was going to be returned there by number 9 for the Mustangs and just fumbled a little bit, and he was able to fall on it and keep the Tigers from taking it. But, nothing big on the return there.
That's like a dodgeball's worst dream when the ball's coming in high and you're looking forward like, what else is coming at me?
Yeah.
You do not want to turn your eyes anywhere different than the ball when you know a guy's running full speed right at you.
In his lane. He's coming in his lane, and you're in his lane.
And you're in the way.
People get ready. There's a train that's coming.
Has the Mustangs got
That's
a
what was
first
going
down
through his
yet?
head.
Have they got a first down yet, guys?
No. They have not got a first down yet.
But they have been within 5 yards of a first down, so let's see what they got here. Looks like they may actually think about throwing on this.
Quarterback under center, 2 wide receivers to his right. He is rolling to his right, looking. He's hit as he throws, but the pass is going to be complete to the right sideline there, and he's going to be taken out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain, including
I don't think that was
yardage.
complete, Roy.
Well, the coach must have heard us, and that is they put their quarterback in out of the pocket and over to the side. Let's take a look at this. What do you think, guys?
Well, and there's the catch right there, and he hangs on to it.
Well,
He did.
Great concentration by the wide receiver there to be able to hang on to the ball.
Well, they did give it to him, I guess.
Yeah.
We had a flag on the play.
What?
That'll get you a first down every time.
Okay, I didn't see what
was
the penalty marker was, but apparently it was a pretty healthy one because we're moving the chains
I didn't see nothing
to
wrong
Dorchester,
with that.
the town across from us here. They're moving all the way down the field.
That's a good way to move the ball with a flag.
Hey,
Right.
man, first down, Chisum. Okay.
Well, you know what?
44.
That can put some momentum, a little
Yeah,
wind in
that
your
could give
sails.
you a
Just moving the
spark.
ball.
At this point, you're taking it any way you
Yeah,
can get it.
exactly. You take whatever you can get.
At the 44-yard line, Chisum Mustangs now breaking the huddle, coming to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback's going to be a quarterback keeper around the end, and he's going to be hit and hit and hit again. And I see a flag out there. That was number 13, Luke Schiller with the carry. You have a flag on the play. We'll see what the result of that is.
Roy, you said it right. That's a big, tough man. He kept getting hit and just stayed up and bounced around a little bit.
The Mustangs
Yeah,
have
watch the
some tough
replay
players.
here.
They got some guys who pack a punch out there.
Initially hit by number 7, Lake Reed, and then by the rest of the Tiger D line.
Yeah, a whole pride. What is he called? A pride of tigers?
Yes, sir.
Or ambush of tigers? A herd of tigers?
He got ambushed.
He did. Gonna be a lot. I don't know what the flag was there, but it looks like it's going to be waved off because now it's going to be second and I think about 13.
Well, I like the way they break the huddle. You know, you said coach is trying to put in a new attitude over there in Chisum, and man, they're down 22-0, but they're running up to the line. They're not walking with their head down.
They have some bounce.
Yeah.
No,
bounce.
they do. They come quick to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback under center here.
Flag on the play.
What do you call that there, Chris, with the three running backs in the backfield, the I formation there that the Mustangs were trying to put together?
Yes, but the play clock was running down, so they called timeout.
Right. Timeout now for Chisum. Wow.
What do you
boy,
think that Coach Peavy is saying right now to his boys?
He's saying, boys, it's 22-0. You're going to have to hold on tight.
That's right. Don't give up now. It's still the first quarter.
Don't quit.
With a minute 7 left,
We okay.
It's not time to give up in the first quarter. No game's ever over till it's over. That's right.
I really would. I would be saying there is no quit in us right now. We did not come over here to lay down. Let's play hard and stick with it.
This is our first night, but we actually feels like football weather. It's
does.
not 80 degrees. It feels good. People have gloves on, and then they're toboggans, and man, it smells like football. It feels like football. It's football weather.
Yeah, it went from 80 to 2.
See some gloves on the players as well. Some of them broke out the Under Armour shirts, and some of them some of the linemen are tough, right? They got short sleeves on. They're not gonna.
Yeah.
They're not going out to
They
the
don't
underwear
care.
drawer just yet.
I said earlier I thought as the Mustangs here come to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a give to their running back, number 11, Robbie Pridemore. And he is able to make it around the end there.
Another
but not
flag,
for
though.
much.
Another flag.
Got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be
Against Gunter.
against the Tigers. What was the call there, Chris? Did you see what it
There's
was?
a personal foul.
Personal foul against the Tigers.
Shot to the head.
Well, there's a free 30
Helmet to
yards they
helmet.
gained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're on our side of the field right now, so they got to be happy about that at this point.
Yeah, they've made
you know
it
what? They're
past
probably
50.
in no punt
Yeah.
area. They got 4 downs.
They do. They're in Tiger territory. Ball now spotted on the 40.
Well, they're lining up for the run, are they
Yeah,
not?
some of these calls, I don't know if full house back
Chisum now
field.
breaking the huddle up to the line of scrimmage.
Little
Late
razzle-dazzle.
play there, and he's going to pick up some yardage. Yeah.
Little speed around
That's
the
number
edge.
8, Owen Moore.
Wow. He,
And that is a legitimate run for a first
That
down.
was
by
that
cross
was.
buck. Cross buck right there.
he had some speed. Once you don't get hit behind the line of scrimmage,
Yeah.
you can make a
Watch
little
here.
bit
Watch
of
the
progress.
pulling guard. Watch the fake outside. Come back around. Hit the seam. Good run.
Nice. Looking
run.
upfield. Good.
Nice open field tackle by Reed.
Yeah, 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs. Inside the 30-yard line now. As they break the huddle and make their way to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a quarterback keeper this time. And he kind of lunges forward there, does number 13, Luke Schiller.
He brought down by number 55, Gage Davis.
I think he is a great athlete, and I think he is as strong as an ox, but that boy is going to have to put on some ice
Oh, yeah.
on his body in the morning, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, the end of the first quarter, 22-0, Gunter over Chisum. It's about the way a lot of people predicted. Just Gunter scores so fast. Well, while they take a break on the field, we can take a break as well. Gunter's showing their dominance early, but this game is definitely far from over as we head into the second quarter.
Absolutely.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
And we welcome you back to Gunter, Texas, where the Tigers are looking to stay perfect against the Chisum Mustangs with a score of 22-0 as we head to the second quarter. Once again, Chisum is on the Gunter side of the field making some progress. Thanks to a couple of 15-yard penalties, really moved the ball well for them. But with 3rd and long, let's see if, well, maybe they're in 2-down territory, Coach Chris. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you definitely, when you're in Gunter Tiger territory, you're in 2-down territory being on the 32-yard line.
Quarterback now under center. Going to be a reverse now, but nothing doing. The Tigers were in the backfield before the running back even got the ball.
When that pocket collapse, it's hard to do some fake handoffs back there. It's hard enough to get the first one right.
Yeah, that was
not much less the third one.
You don't have much time to do a lot of misdirection. Although it works on an aggressive team, but you don't have time to do a lot of that. Brought down by number 53, Colton Smith.
That's number 6, Chase McClinsky, who got the handoff there, and he's a young man who has some speed, but if you don't get to take 2 steps, we're not ever going to know it. So now 4th and long.
Wow.
And they're going to attempt a field goal here.
This kid must have a leg
might
on him.
smell fake.
And no, they kick is up, and it's going to be no good.
He had pretty good leg on it, though.
Pretty good leg on him.
A little short, but it sure gave the, I would have thought it was 4th down territory, let's be honest. Now we're giving the ball right back where they were. But I
have no idea what that was.
They may have had faith in their young kicker.
What good is 3 points going to do you?
I'm not sure.
I would have thrown it. I would have all goes.
You know what? We don't know. The coach saw something great in that kid's leg and just thought he'd let him get a score against the number 1 ranked team in the state.
Yeah,
that's where you know there's a strategy that does not include me, and they didn't ask me. So.
Right. Tigers taking the field now. Everson now the quarterback. Double tight set, double wing. Or I'm sorry, stacked 2x2. Everson going to keep it up the middle, making some nice moves and dragging some people. Going to be a nice gain of about 8. Going to bring up 2nd and 2 Ball on the 41-yard line.
Number 13, Luke Schiller getting to him first for the tackle there.
Nice moves by number 2 there.
Yeah, Everson looks good.
Quickly to
Tigers
the line.
coming, hurry up, trips to the near side. Everson now getting the call from the sideline.
Mustangs are showing blitz. We'll see what happens here.
Lake Reed split wide the far side.
A lot of speed on the field for the Tigers.
Everson takes the snap. It's going to be a keeper around the right side. Nice fake. Hits the sideline, gets a nice block. Still on his feet, running over people and ran out of bounds. About the 26-yard line.
Wow, that was a nice run. First down.
Quarterback Dalen Bauer up. He goes 6'2", 215, seniors, first year starting. Although we got Everson out there right now, he is a fullback playing quarterback right now.
Yeah, Dalen Bauer spent a lot of time under Trey Carr last year watching him win a state championship, and he's got all the tools to be a state championship quarterback himself.
Yes, he does. Everson going to give it up the middle to number 5, Jantz.
Fumble.
Yeah, you got a ball on the field, fumble on the play, and I think that's going to be.
Got to hold that ball.
Yep.
What they say, remember the Titans? Hold on to that ball, Petey.
Hold on to that ball, Petey. And they do. They hold on to the ball. They're able to recover. Second down now for the Tigers. And Chisum Mustangs trying to keep those Tigers out of the end zone, and it's every effort that they can to do so.
Double tight look. Clopton comes in motion, then backs up. Twins to the far side. Veer up the middle to Jantz, and he breaks open, and he's going to be in for another Tiger touchdown like that.
All right.
Well, with Jantz on the veer, out of the fullback position.
The Tigers go, they can go on the outside. They just proved right there they can just go right up the middle as well.
Yeah. So maybe they made an adjustment. The Mustangs made an adjustment, said we're going to keep this outside containment. And the veteran coaches on the Gunter side said, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and go up the middle then.
Right.
And it left number 4, William Norris, the sophomore defensive back, just kind of trying to chase Jantz down. And anytime you're trying to chase down a back like Jantz, it's not going to go well.
But that's what you're going to do, chase.
Looks like we had a
flag on the play.
We got a flag on the play. So play has come back.
Well, I've said it before. Gunter likes the big field, not the short field.
Right.
We actually play a little bit better when we're 40 to 50 yards away from the end zone than we do up tight.
Right. Get a look there at the Tiger cheerleaders. Out here bearing the weather. Second and 12 now. Ball on the 40, double tight look. Eye backfield. Toss play to number 4, Clopton. He's got some room. He gets some good blocks. Breaking some tackles. Going to be inside the 30. Somebody in the crowd calling for face mask.
Great lead blocks on that play for sure. There's a lot of men that went down.
That was Braden Clompton.
Number 10, Bryson Chadwick making the tackle. That lead block there was from number 13, Clayton Reed, that really just collapsed the guy, the defender coming around the end that would be a would-be tackler.
Absolutely.
And he went down, and it was able to free Clopton up for a big run.
Open it up. Watch this replay. Here you go. See if we see the block. You just see everybody start turning up.
I think the block was just to the left of the screen there. Number 13. Now he's a man in motion.
Going to be a veer play again in number 5, Jantz. He makes some inside-out moves. He's going to make another inside move inside the 5. Nice pickup there.
Finally brought down by the sophomore, number 4, William Norris.
Clopton and Jantz are doing all the work, leaving it for somebody else to score at the 1 yard line here.
Tigers going to hurry up. Just a veer play to the right side. He's breaking tackles.
Tried to reward him here with a chance to get in the end zone, but I don't think he even made it back to the line of scrimmage. The middle was closed off, the Chisum Mustangs. They're going to make him work for it to get in the end zone this time. 2nd and goal.
See if Coach goes back to the same play.
Well, you know,
why not?
A guy who works really hard getting down the field, you know, sometimes you just like to reward him a little bit with a touchdown. So
we're going to go eye backfield with Jantz and Clopton. Jantz is the fullback. Inside toss to number 4, Clopton. He's going to get just to the goal line to about the 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 1.
Big number 5, Kalen Reeves, was holding on to his ankle, not letting him go anywhere. And some other guys cleaned it up and finished the tackle, but he was holding on at the line of scrimmage.
Tigers going hurry up. Going to be another toss play. It's going to be in for the Tiger touchdown, number 4, Clopton.
Braden Clopton.
1 yard run.
Wow.
That kid is fast. You didn't even need to see it right there. All you saw was the tough part, but he's fast and tough.
Yeah.
Hard to bring down.
Yeah.
Plays a lot bigger than he looks.
Yes, sir. He played like he's about 200.
The Tiger motto is TPW, tough people win. And you think we might look like a finesse team with some of the speed and agility that these kids have, but they still hold that TPW pretty darn well.
They're pretty tough dudes, aren't they?
Even the little guys are tough. It ain't no fun for guys trying to defend that. As the extra point attempt is good now for the Tigers.
You speak of little guys, talk about scrappy. Little scrappy.
Yeah, Goodson.
He's tough as nails.
Oh, he's tough, man. He's very tough. And that's like 13. I think it was made one of the blocks a while ago. Clayton Reed. He's a very athletically built guy, and you think he'd be a finesse player, and he is. But he'll also light you up. Hit you right in the mouth.
Yes, he will.
I think that's a great point that you bring up. Is somebody may look at the Gunter Tigers and say, you know what, they got a lot of speed. That's probably why they're good. They got just a special class. But it's really it's a program put in place for everyone to do your job, be tough as nails, and then we just happen to have some speed this year. So
Right.
it's a system plus speed equals something special.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a team sport. I mean, and I'm looking at some of the guys in Chisum. They don't have a lot of subs on the sideline, and that hurts you. We play a lot of Ironman football at this level of high school football, but when you don't have a whole lot of subs, it's tough. But the guys that they do have, these are big boys. In the bulk of their lineup there, they're going 170, 215, 190, 205, 190, 190, 230, 260, 215, 230, 200. That's a lot of big boys that I just railed off right there. And so I don't know how they might outmatch Gunter by sheer pounds, because they got some size. Chisum's definitely got some size.
Right now, Jance has 71 yards rushing. Clompton has 50. Everson has 30. Bauer has 15.
This kick is going to be returned. Look like number 10, Bryson Chadwick on the return there for the Mustangs. And while he didn't get a whole lot, I think that's going to be better field position than what they have been getting on those kickoff returns.
Some of these teams making some good yardage on a kickoff or a punt is huge.
You got to celebrate the little things.
You got to celebrate the little things. So
Absolutely.
5 yards here, 8 yards there. At least you're moving the ball.
Man, hey, maybe try a field goal.
Try a field goal from right there.
How far was that?
On first
by the
down.
way, how far was that?
I don't know.
The furthest one I've seen all year. That's
Like
for
a
sure.
48.
Yeah. Well, Mustangs now back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback under center. Handoff to his left. And running back going nowhere fast.
Got ambushed quick on that play.
He did. That
Yes, he
handoff
did.
went to number 11, Robbie Pridemore.
Are we at the
Second and 12.
Temperature where it hurts to get hit, or has that got to be a little bit colder?
Nah, they're probably pretty warm right now.
I think the
It's
adrenaline
not-
probably keeps them warm out there. I did say today that there's 3 levels of cold weather attire when you're at this level. You got the cold weather here in Texas for jacket plus gloves plus a hat, and then the third one would be jacket plus gloves plus a hat plus a head-to-toe camo gear, hand warmers in your shoes, and a propane heater in the stands.
It's not that cold yet.
We're not
No,
to
it's
number
not that
3 just
cold.
yet. Quarterback under center now. Going to be a handoff to his left to the running back. Looked like number 8, Owen Moore, with the carry. Got a flag on the play. Did you guys see what happened?
Yeah,
there?
a little chippy. There was this little, after the whistle, pushing back and forth. I think some guys got tired of talking to one another, and off comes number 8. We're going to find out who it goes on. Unfortunately, in this case, I think it's the one that the ref saw. It wasn't the one who pushed first.
It was looked like maybe they're number 5, big number 5, Kalen Reeves, and number 8, Zach Lowe, having words. And looks
They're
like it's
gonna
going to be
call
personal.
offsetting.
They're going to be offsetting penalties.
They're going to offset.
Officials trying to keep this game under wraps and keep things in order. And
yeah, this is about the time where frustration levels get up a little bit.
Yeah.
People got to talk and get motivated however they got to get motivated.
Yeah, you're getting beat down like this. Yeah, emotions going to flare. People going to take cheap shots.
No. Yeah. You don't want to do that. You want to channel your energy into tough play and hard play and not dirty play.
Exactly.
So 3rd down and long now as we resume play. Mustangs do have some wide outs. One to the quarterback's right, one to the quarterback's left. He's under center. Looking to his right. Pump fake. He throws. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. Good flag on the play.
There was a flag on the play. The ball was definitely not catchable, but he saw a little bit of touching going on with the defensive back. And he decided to throw the flag, but I would say the ball landed probably a good 10 yards away from him from short, but maybe the ref's looking for a little bit of motivation for Chisum to get down the field. I'm not sure, guys.
Pass was intended for number 6, Chase McCleskey. Fell about, 7 yards from him. There was some interaction between him and the defensive back going down the field.
I was watching them the whole time.
Yeah.
Just I had a feeling, and our defensive back actually bit on the play, and the wide receiver got around him. Had it been a well-thrown ball, he actually might have been open, but he so underthrew it.
Right.
It created a little bit of contact, but probably not enough to deserve a flag.
Normally you wouldn't
cheap.
think that was enough contact to get a flag.
Yeah,
But nonetheless, Chisum is happy to get that 1st down on that holding penalty that went against the Gunter Tigers.
Their flag is the best play. Was that part of your keys to the game?
that was not part of the keys of the game.
Get a lot of,
but like you said, they'll take it.
Quarterback under center.
Look at the stands in the backfield, though.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's going to get hit in the backfield. Did the
ball came loose.
We'll see if the ground may have caused the fumble there, but he definitely flew in the air a little bit when he got ambushed by the Gunter front line there.
Yeah, he got airborne and then got laid out.
That was number 13.
Just
Luke
a power
Schiller
play around the
carry.
right side.
You can just tell that Schiller's trying to make something happen. He's trying to get around the end. He really, you mentioned this earlier, Todd. The effort and the form by Chisum has been really good so far. They look like they're really trying. Their heads aren't hanging low. And Schiller on that play tried to make something happen, and it just kind of backfired on him, and he got hit in the backfield for a pretty big loss.
Well, I like to compare Gunter to Mike Tyson. People think they got a game plan. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for Gunter.
Yeah.
But it's hard to prepare for speed.
Was it one day Mike Tyson said everybody got a game plan until they got hit in the mouth?
That's right.
Yeah.
Like
2nd and 16. I'm really surprised that we're not seeing more attempts at throwing the ball, as the quarterback's going to hand off again to the inside. It's going to be a handoff to number 11, Robbie Pridemore. Get my vowels right there.
Right.
He's going to be short of getting back to the original line of scrimmage for about a 3rd and 12 now.
We were talking a little bit before the game about it's sort of an oxymoron. You want the clock to run, so you want to run, but your only hope is to throw.
Right.
Because Gunter clearly can stop the run. But if you throw, the clock stops, and then you give Gunter more chances to score.
Again, pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, but I'm an OC. I'm going to throw.
I know. I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I would.
But, they're covering up. Gunter is right to think they can rely on, and they didn't get the playoff in time, so we're going to have a flag here. Going to go against the Mustangs.
That's the other problem is when teams come in here and they try to just take the play clock all the way down to 0, it sets yourself up for penalties when you're trying to hike the ball with 1 or 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
The kids just they're not. It's not a pro offense. It's really, really hard to get under center and get that ball. Look at the defense, get the ball hiked in time.
And the defense, they frustrate you. They take you out of if you've noticed, a lot of these teams that they've played, they've taken them out of their own game. So they try to do something, something they're not.
3rd and long.
Now coming under center. Going to hand off to the back, try to get it up the middle, and just finding nothing there.
Yeah, there's
brought down by number 57, Ryan Caskey.
Not a lot of hope. That was a delay play to you, Chris, or was it just they're trying to Fake
looked like
right,
somebody
fake left.
slipped. I think somebody slipped.
Is that what it was?
That was number 8, Owen Moore, it looked like on the carry there. Another tough fourth down situation here for the Mustangs.
Well, if there's much of a wind, this is the place to get a good punt off right here.
Right.
I would not punt it to number 5 if I was them. But let's see if
Christian Lopez going to be lining up to punt here for the Mustangs. And like you said, you got number 5, Dylan Jantz, positioned at about the 40-yard line, just drooling, hoping they try to punt it to him. Going to be a timeout for Chisum.
I don't think he's really caught a punt all year long until today.
Right.
No one's punting to him, and today they're punting, and he's saying, "Oh, this is great."
It's either left, right, or shank, left, right, or out of bounds, left or right.
He just wore his gloves to stay warm tonight. He's actually getting.
He's got some hand warmers in there. He's got some hand warmers in his gloves.
I like Coach Vazell's. He's in there. He's probably not drawing up a big play. He's just reminding them, here's what we practice, guys. Here's what we're going to do on this play. He's just so methodical as a coach. He is.
He is.
He just tells them the same things over and over and over.
It's the little things, man.
The little things.
Repetition.
So coming out of the timeout here, 4th and long. Mustangs lining up in punt position, punt formation. See what happens here.
Oh, there it is.
It was partially blocked. Number 50, Keenan Majors picks it up.
Well, the ball was punted.
Big man, he had to do it.
Well, you almost have to pick that ball up. It was shanked
Yeah.
to the right. I'm not quite sure it was blocked. I think it was a panic punt, and it was shanked to the right.
Did it not get a hand on it?
I'm not sure. I think it was just a bad punt. But
Well, it looked like he was going to throw for a second.
I wasn't
I thought
quite
it was going to be a
sure.
fake punt.
But, yeah, you're a lineman or a linebacker. You've got to pick that ball up and try to
try to advance it.
Yeah, I like it.
How many opportunities do you get?
No, never.
Well, that's bad news for Chisum. That put Gunter just right where we were, headed in the other direction.
Yeah, Tiger offense out deep in Mustang territory now. Bauer out at quarterback. Rigsby one back.
Well, what they're talking about here.
Going to be trips to the far side.
Refs having a discussion.
One-on-one with this corner. Now, it could be a fade right here.
They decided they want a new football. No, they want that football. It's
Gunter, and this sometimes in this formation they'll do a trip right, and they try to isolate over here on the left.
With Braden, yeah.
Back to your motto, pick your poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got the safety now. Okay, so the safety.
Look how far off, the Mustang
safety is in the
having
middle.
to play
so
off the wide receivers.
You got one-on-one. See what Bauer does. Bauer takes snap, and it is a fade to Clopton, and that's going to be in.
Touchdown.
For a Tiger touchdown.
Wow. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. Still putting points on the board. Trying to see if we're going to go for a 2-point conversion or the kick one more time. You never know. Gunter lines up almost every time for 2 and then makes the last-second decision of whether they're going to kick a field goal. Of course, we got great leg in Gonzalez.
Right.
He can put it through from almost anywhere. Not quite sure he's missed one all year. And there's one more up with.
There it is.
2 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Your score, Gunter 35, Chisum 0, as Gunter tries to continue their unbeaten streak from all the way to last year, all the way to the state championship, and almost finish with district play this year as they head into the playoffs. Well, Chisum is having their Roy. What are they saying over there in that Chisum huddle?
I don't know. It really is a tough thing. I mean, I think you want to keep your head up, and as a coach, I think while you're talking about this game, you're also talking about the culture. You're wanting to just keep everybody keep your head up, play good football, make a good showing. We're playing against a state championship caliber team. We're going to compete, and we're going to lift our heads high when we get on the bus later tonight.
That's right.
It's about all you can do.
You know what, though? Here's what you can benefit out of these games. When you look at the game film on Monday,
Well, heck yeah.
you're learning.
You're learning a lot.
You're learning about yourself. You're learning what other teams do,
Yeah.
and learn where your weaknesses are.
And how to get better.
And the Mustangs, you know, they've improved quite a bit from last year as the kick is up here. And it's going to be attempted to return. It's going to go into the end zone. It's going to be downed by Bryson Chadwick. And so they're going to take over from the 25-yard line after the touchback.
Well, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left, 36-0. This is pretty typical for a Gunter game this year. It really is, at least in district play.
Yeah.
Pre-district when they played Gunter plays up on their preseason. They play bigger schools.
Right.
And this year they really blew through their preseason.
Yeah.
And just took control of every game. But in district play, it's been like this the first half.
They've
of
been
every
very
single
dominant all 8 games. I mean, what can you say? It's been a dominant performance.
Quarterback rolls to his right now, but he's going to be hitting the backfield.
The pocket collapses really fast. We've said that all night. And there's proof right there.
That was big number
From
53.
the backside.
That was big number 53, Colton Smith's coming in for the sack there. He's
From
a
the
big
blind
boy
side.
coming at you. Yeah, from the blind side. Where was Michael Orr?
That was very Cade Meyerdirk.
Yeah, Meyerdirk-esque.
Meyerdirk-esque.
Going back a couple years from great Tiger defenders.
That's when you're a quarterback and you're in the huddle and you just sort of look up at your blockers and just give them a look like,
Come on, fellas.
hey, man, aren't we friends?
Come on,
fellas.
man.
Luke Schiller now coming back to the line of scrimmage here. He hands off to his back. Gets to the outside. Another loss.
Brought down by number 4, Clopton.
That was number 11, Robbie Pridemore, the senior running back.
Let's talk about Clopton right there. Not only does he score with his speed, but he's a all-state defensive back, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And now he's outside
absolutely.
linebacker Rover. He moved inside.
He moved in.
From outside. And look at him.
Yeah, he's doing just fine there, too.
Yeah.
Once again,
Clopton's one of those guys that's all of this and fundamentals.
right.
All the athleticism, the agility, the quickness, and all those kinds of things. A lot of times, or sometimes those guys that have that much just sheer ability, they tend to be a little bit sloppy because they can rely on their abilities some. That's not true with Clopton.
Yeah.
He is precise in every aspect of the game. He never gets sloppy. He plays good, solid, fundamental football within the context of being a tremendous athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You can say the same thing about Jance. You can say the same thing about several other of the Tigers, and that's what makes a great football team.
Yeah.
It's number 1.
I think I'm going to reiterate what you said earlier. It's a culture of tough people win, and they really do have a tough first, do your job, be tough. Oh, and then if you're fast, that's great. But they're not. We don't teach finesse. We don't teach speed. It is do your job and do it with grit.
Very, very blue collar.
Very blue
because
collar
the
team.
Tigers have not historically had that. They have not historically had this, guys with this sort of low 4 speed, to be able to blow people up.
The number
Right.
of guys.
Yep.
With,
As Schiller is now back under center. Here's the snap. Going to be a attempted give up the middle. Going to be hit for a loss.
Well, we've got a stoppage on
That's
the field
number
with
8,
1
Owen
minute
Moore.
19 seconds left in the first half. Going to lead 36-0. Looks like it's going to be a timeout. I guess with 4th down and about 25, you've got to make sure you don't have another shake punt. And they're maybe talking a little bit about, guys, let's make sure we block everybody.
Get it out. Get it out. The ball is spotted on the 10. Like you said, you need to get this out because we all know that quick striking offense of the Tigers. A minute 19 is plenty.
Absolutely. And the Tigers have this year, have kind of called the dogs off when they get up in the game, but they've got to give. That's one of the things about they've got to get the reps in for their players. Their starters have to get some time in.
As you can see, look, going through the schedule right quick, Howe 50-12, a very good Pottsboro team, 26-0. Pilot Point, a Story program in Texas small school football, 43-11. And then the district, White Wright, 66-0. SNS, Prairieland, 55-7. That average of 49 points a game.
It's showing up preseason and
Here's
during
the punt.
district.
He is going to get this one off. And it's going to be punted out of bounds. It's going to hit right just over the 30-yard line.
Back to the original, line of scrimmage plus the 10 yards. But you know what? They didn't kick it to Jantz. Smart move.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's a throwback for you. As Coach Chris was reeling off that Gunter Tiger schedule from this time, you saw Howe up there at the top. That's the last time that Gunter had a loss was against Howe in 2015.
2015.
Yes, is that right?
Yeah, and that was a bitter loss, too, because you know what? The Gunter defense played absolutely great that game.
Lights out.
They were giving up 2-yard plays, 4-yard plays, and all of a sudden they broke a 60 and a 40, lost the game
They
on
had that
2
crazy
plays.
offense that you couldn't figure out where the ball was.
Nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Trips to the far side.
What do
Bauer
you
now
call that?
getting the
You call
call.
it the pistol formation there, or is that a shotgun, Chris?
That is that would be a pistol.
Okay.
Bauer drops back, looking up, got a man open across the middle. Just out of the hands of Clopton on the post pattern.
Well, you don't see that very often. And when it hits his hands, it's normally money.
Yeah, I
He
know.
was stretched out pretty good there trying to catch up with it, but it did get him in the hands and he just wasn't able to reel it in. Running a great route. He had about 3 steps on a defender there. Looked like he was number 10, Bryson Chadwick, trying to keep up with Clopton, and that's a tough job to do.
Look how quick Gunter sets back up for their offense. You don't even have time to breathe.
Yeah.
Stacked 2-by-2 look. Bauer now sprinting out to the right. Got a man open in the flat. It's going to be number 7, Lake Reed. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Let's talk
But
about
after the
Braden
first
Clopton
down.
a little bit. Man, this guy is unbelievably fast, unbelievably talented. And
Who's this?
Braden Clopton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
There he is,
Yeah,
5'9",
there he is right there.
160-pound junior.
So he's 5'9", 160, but he plays like he's 200 pounds.
He's like he's 7 foot 440. No, okay, but he does play big out there. You know?
Very, very big.
Starts
very
both
big.
sides. If you're playing against him, you just wish he'd get off the field sometime, but he never does. Great
Exactly.
athlete.
Bauer rolling again to the right. Way overthrows.
You know, there needs to be a stat that says you're not just starting both ways. He contributes both ways.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
There's a difference between just being on the field and being a playmaker, and he's a playmaker on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Really impressive kid, too.
Absolutely.
Getting some looks from some D2 schools. I'm not sure who all's looking at him, but I know they're keeping his mom and dad busy walking out to that mailbox getting all those letters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that these kids this age are still growing, and I don't mean just growing in their knowledge of the game. They're still physically growing. As Bauer looks to his right, throws to his right. Was that pass was caught?
It was tipped.
Tipped and caught.
Tipped and caught by Braden Clopton.
By Clopton.
That looked a little bit about like the quarterback from Seattle who, comes out, looks like he's going to run at the last minute and just sort of
Russell
flicks
Wilson?
one out. Russell
Yeah.
Wilson.
Real quick,
Yep.
great concentration by Clopton bringing that ball in. He didn't ever give up on the play.
Going to be option play to Clopton, and he's in for a Tiger touchdown.
Wow.
Speaking of the devil, there he is
There
again.
he is. We've seen Clopton go right with catching the pass, Clopton running left. Is there more than one Clopton out there?
I don't know. Tigers lining up for 2-point conversion, swinging gate look. No, they will elect to go for 1.
I'm assuming we just bring that swinging gate out to let coaches that are looking for us in the playoffs just not knowing what we're going to do.
Yeah, you don't
Give it
know.
a try. Look at this play here. There's the option. Nice little pitch out there.
Yeah.
Fool the cameraman, fool me.
Yeah, good job, Dalen Bauer. Here's the extra point attempt is good. And Gunter hangs on to that commanding lead, 43-0.
Almost
Same
50
old
to
song.
nothing. Same old song and dance with 29 seconds left. Let's see what kind of kick we get here to know whether Chisum's just going to kneel it or just go ahead and go to the field house and talk it over.
As you see, the sidelines there for Gunter are just kind of able to relax and talk about some things at this point.
Well, once again, look at Coach Vazell out there on the field just talking to his guys, counting heads, telling them to stay in their lanes, just teaching the little things. Even at 43-0, he doesn't stop coaching. Even in the fourth quarter when I've seen us up by plenty of touchdowns, and he's still coaching even the A team and the B team guys.
Yeah,
because he's a seasoned coach, not just a game coach. You're coaching for the entire season, and the entire season doesn't end until you're at AT&T Stadium. So he's taking advantage of every moment that he has, and that's just a mark of a great program, great coach.
And just a great guy. I mean, just
absolutely.
a guy who's committed to his job and doing it right and doing it well as the Tigers line up to kick off again.
This looks returnable.
Line kick. We'll stay.
Looked like it could have been a returnable ball, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, he let it go.
Yeah, can't blame him.
You get tired of getting hit every once in a while. And sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'll just go
Let it go.
I told you it's cold out there. It stings a little bit. Well, 29 seconds. What do you do here, Chris? Do you try to throw, try to run some more? Like what?
Man, you try to get some sort of moment, some sort of spark going again. Like I said, I would throw.
Test something out.
It's shown you can't run on these guys.
Right.
And what the Mustangs have, it's no knock on them at all by any means, but what they have, they cannot run on these guys.
But I think there's something to be said too, Chris. If you're a running team and they've set on that, and they're just going to keep doing it till they can try to get it right, knowing even that they can't do it, as we see the handoff there again up the middle going nowhere. Even if they've said, hey, we may not be able to get a win tonight against the Tigers, we're going to try to get a win for improving our offense and trying to get better at it.
I can understand that. Brought down by number 50 Keenan Majors.
Number 11 Robbie Pridemore with the run there.
You're stacking your game film so that you have something to talk about.
Well, it's kind of like if we go back to what we were talking about earlier, the loss that we are halftime. The last time that Gunter lost, they lost against a Howe team in 2015 that all they did was run the ball. That's
one pass attempt that game.
Well, the stadium's rocking, but Gunter's rolling. Tigers are up 43-0 as we head into halftime here at storied Ambush Stadium.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
If you're not into Texas high school football, you probably never heard of the town of Gunter. Situated about an hour's drive north of Dallas, it's a quiet little town. There's not a stranger in the city limits, and you might just miss it if you blink. No, Gunter doesn't have all of the luxuries of the big city. And if you ask anyone on their high school football team, they like Gunter just fine.
I mean, it's typical small town Texas. I mean, little town surrounded by a bunch of farms, and it's paradise a little bit.
Living in Gunter, it's a different type of living. I never want to leave. This is my home.
I think it's great. I mean, we're out in the country. We're a small community. We're a small, tight-knit community. I'm really, really proud to live here and be a part of this community for sure.
Gunter may not have a stoplight, but they've got something that most places around the world would die for. A championship. No amount of money can buy it. There's no guarantee that you will ever get it. And there's only one way that it will ever be yours. You have to be perfect. Yes, you have setbacks and mistakes, but in the biggest moment, on the biggest stage, if you mix the perfect amount of experience with the perfect amount of determination, maybe, just maybe, you'll get it. And boy, did they get it. In 2016, Gunter took perfection one step further. They achieved the holy grail of any sports team. They went undefeated and brought home the championship.
It was amazing. It was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, for all of us, it was just, I have no words. I can't explain it to you.
It was unbelievable. Since I was real young, I've always dreamed about going all the way to AT&T Stadium and getting to shoot our shot at the state championship.
When we were little, we used to win Super Bowls all the time, and it was the greatest feeling in the world. So to be able to do it at the high school level was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. You know, the thing about last year's team and winning that state championship, the most exciting thing was just seeing our community come together. That was a magical thing, and definitely something that was special to be part of.
Not only did Gunter go undefeated, they won their championship game against Bowling 43-7, bringing home the first championship in school history and doing it in grand fashion.
I mean, just getting there was amazing to me, but undefeated, it puts you in names of 6A schools. They start comparing you, and you're just like, ooh, it's amazing.
I mean, it's just a dream come true. I mean, we've been dreaming about it since we were little kids. I mean, you see the movie Friday Night Lights, and that's all they ever wanted. So, I mean, just to go out and do it was amazing.
You know, I think early on we knew we were going to have a really good team, and then once we got into playoffs and started rolling, you know, like I said before, I mean, we just kind of took it week by week, and we're able to continue to improve and continue to win. And once we got to that semifinal game against Canadian, you know, we felt like, you know, we just felt like we were playing really good, and you know, we were fortunate enough to come out of there with a win and go play for it all.
I guess it'd be week 2 after Pottsboro. We went over to Pottsboro, and we ended up winning. It was just amazing, and then we were like, whoa, our team's rolling. Then after playoffs, we kept winning and rolling and rolling. Then we got to Canadian, where we ended up down at half, but after we won that game, we were like, you know what, this is the time. We made it this far, might as well go win it all.
It's probably the Canadian game. We all knew that we could do it, but we were like, this Canadian team, they've done it before, they've been here. We had a lot on our shoulders. So just to go out there and do what we did, it was amazing. And after that game, we were like, let's go do it. Well, I knew at the beginning of the year, going into 2 days, I had a feeling that we could definitely do it this year. My parents, my mom and my dad, we'd always talk about it, like this is our year. And I think when I actually for real knew it was after the Howe game. First game of the season, we came out strong, came out guns blazing, and it definitely brought us together to become a better team and all.
Every epic adventure has a hero. And if you win a championship, there are plenty of people who could fit the bill. One of those people is head coach Jake Fazell. Not one for the spotlight, and if you ask him, he will most definitely tell you he's not a hero at all. He just wants what's best for his boys.
Yeah, I want them to, number one, I want our football program to be one where we give our kids a chance to win on Friday nights, you know, and then as important or more important than that, we want to give them tools to where they can go and be successful beyond the game of football. And, you know, teaching them unselfishness, teaching them accountability, helping them develop a sense of self-worth and pride and who they are. I think those are all qualities that help them to hopefully become good husbands and great fathers and people who are established and respected in their community.
He's one of the greatest people you ever meet. I mean, when it comes down to it, football, I mean, he'll get after you. But, I mean, off the field, just like Zach said, he's, I mean, real cool. Just one of our best friends. We talk to him all the time.
Oh, I love him. He's amazing. My brother, he had him, and he was like, I hope you get him because he's amazing. He really teaches you to, like, push through hard stuff, fight through the pain, and then he gives you great life lessons to move on through after high school.
Striving for perfection is tough, and being tough never guarantees perfection. Around Gunter, you'll notice these 3 letters, TPW.
Tough people win, yeah. So being in a small school, we gotta play through a lot of injuries. We don't have a lot of depth, so any little nick or bruise you get, you just gotta play through it and keep going. So that's what makes us tough, and that's what makes us keep pushing to win. It's our motto, tough people win. It's something that we always go by. We're always on the field. We don't have very much depth at all. When somebody gets hurt, we gotta get ready. We gotta get right back up, tape it up, do whatever we gotta do and get right back on the field, because if we don't, then we're gonna have some problems, and we know that our best players always gotta be on the field at the same time.
Tough people win. Just just physicality and your mindset. You have to be tough-minded and be tough physically. You can't just go out of the game because you're a little bit dinged up. You got to play through it.
Yeah, tough people win. That's kind of a moniker. That's what we're named for. We went and visited Coach Randy Jackson, who's now at North Forney, but he was at Mesquite Poteet at the time a number of years ago, and that's one of the things that their program is branded on. And I was just like, you know what, that's us to a T. That's Gunter people. That's our program right there. So, you know, we took that and ran with it, and that's kind of become our motto, and that's become who we are. You know, that tough people win mentality, and I think that's what shows up most Friday nights for us. What I try to push on our kids is just try to be at their absolute best all the time, and I want our kids to know how to prepare. And I think that hopefully by us in football, teaching them how to prepare for football games, you know, hopefully we're giving them some skills and some tools that go on and further them and help them to be, you know, better people in life as well. So hopefully that I give them an opportunity to win each week, but in a bigger picture, hopefully we're helping them, you know, win in life as well later beyond football.
No one knows what the future holds for the Gunter Tigers. But one thing is for certain. 2016 was the perfect season. And for the rest of their lives, they can say that at least for one day, they were perfect.
Hi, I'm standing next to Darren Bruner. Hi, Darren.
Hey, how are you?
Great, thank you. And you were told, everybody said, hey, you've got to talk to the horn guy. And so, who's the horn guy? And that turns out that he's you. Tell me about this horn.
We got our horn and tunnel crew. We got the big Tiger inflatable, and then we got our big horn here to help support our team.
Well, how long has this been a thing? Has this always been a part of Gunter, Texas football?
Yeah, we've had some guys before us that put this horn together, and then we've been doing it for several years. So we've been going for probably about 15 years.
So every time they score, every time something good happens, we're going to hear you.
Yes, sir.
There's no way we're going to escape your audio tonight.
You'll not have a problem hearing us.
Okay, well, I happen to notice it's got to be something like 44 degrees out here, and I happen to notice you don't have any. You got shorts on.
That's right, short weather, baby.
So you're impervious to cold?
Not exactly, but I've been wearing these shorts and this shirt all last season for state championship, and I've been wearing them every game this season.
So as long as you wear the shorts and you wear the shirt, they're on a winning streak.
That's right. So we hope to be wearing these still in December at AT&T Stadium.
All right, well, go Tigers.
All right, go Tigers.
Thank you. When we talk about a championship-winning team, obviously there's a lot to love about these players, and they're showing again tonight, you know, how dominant they are on the field. But they're not just dominant on the field; they're actually excellent players, and they're actually excellent students in the classroom. Is that true of these players as well?
Well, absolutely. We want to really emphasize the student part here at Gunter. You know, we make every way possible for them to be involved in multiple activities. Most of these students that you have out here also will show a project in the FFA. Many of them are members of our outstanding award-winning fine arts programs. And one thing we really pride ourselves in is the amount of dual credit that they take. So they're not just students, a lot of them are college students. And so they're outstanding on the field, but they also know that we're going to make a way for them to be outstanding in every facet of high school life.
How was the championship in 2016? What did that do to energize the student body? How did that kind of permeate throughout the culture of Gunter High School?
There's no question that all of our programs have fed off of the successes, getting to enjoy it, all the exposure, the long run to the state championship, being in AT&T Stadium. It's elevated the game of all of our programs. Like I mentioned, our fine arts program, the straight ones that we receive in choir and band, our robotics program competing against large schools, our volleyball team going from a very average season for them last year to challenging a state tournament team in Callisburg and working themselves into the playoffs. We just really feel like that state championship experience told all of our students, we can do this here in every one of our programs. So we feel like, just to steal a cliche, we're trending, and that it's going to be a great opportunity for us in the next few years.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I'm here with Justin Jantz. And Justin, how long have you been filming Gunter Tiger game?
I started last year at the beginning of the year when I realized that I got to just have fun and capture moments for the boys.
And you have a brother that's on the team, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 5, Dylan Jantz is my little brother. And that's really why I started, was just to watch him play. And then now I get to do it for all the boys.
Some of your footage is absolutely incredible. You have your own YouTube page. You have your own followers. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I have my own business and do this for fun for the boys. But, yeah, I do all this for a full-time job as well.
But you don't mind coming out every Friday night and watching these guys win?
No, absolutely not. There's no place I'd rather be on a Friday night than cold and watching the boys just tear some people up on the field.
That's great, Justin. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Live One Sports as the defending Texas 3A Division II state champion undefeated Gunter Tigers are putting on a clinic tonight as they lead the Chisum Mustangs of a score of 43-0 coming into the third quarter here at Ambush Stadium. Chris, we saw a lot, but tell us what we just saw.
Well, I think the Chisum Mustangs are asking themselves the same question. What just happened? We saw a lot of Braden Copton, a lot of Dylan Jantz, and a lot of that stingy Tiger defense. Roy, we believe we got some stats from him. What are our stats looking like right now?
Well, Gunter Tigers had 232 total yards total yards of offense for the first half, and Chisum had 13. So that's the most telling stat that there is that Gunter's been able to move the ball pretty much at will, and Chisum hasn't been able to move the ball at all. And so Chisum actually had more plays from scrimmage than Gunter did. They had 25 plays from scrimmage. Gunter had 22. But obviously, the plays from scrimmage have yielded much better for Gunter.
Yeah, it doesn't take them very long to put points on the board, especially when you can just get 50, 40, 60-yard plays off whenever you want.
Right.
At will. Like we said, all 3 phases of the game, the Tigers score: offense, defense, special teams.
57
great
yards.
runbacks by Jantz, by the way.
57 yards passing for Gunter and 175 yards receiving. Passing for Chisum, 4 yards, and rushing, 9 yards. And so we talked about before the game, we thought they were going to have to throw the ball, and they have proven that they can lose by not throwing. You don't know what the game plan is there, but they've tried to bang the ball inside, and they had 21 rushing attempts. Gunter's had 15 rushing attempts. So 21 rushing attempts, you've moved the ball 9 yards.
Okay, question. We get and the Tigers get the ball back to start the half.
Oh,
so
man.
Here's the question. Bet
onside
how many
kick.
plays
No.
it takes for the Tigers to be in the end zone.
3. Well, it depends on, at this point in the game, has Fazell going to call off the dogs and put in your second team, or we got the starters back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So you said 3?
I'd say 3 if we got starters.
I'm going to say 4.
Isn't it funny how last year we were a third-quarter team, and this year we don't even know if we're a third-quarter team. We haven't had to be, but let's see what happens here if they're still motivated to put the ball in the end zone.
There's Lopez kicking off. That's going to be returned by Dalen Bauer. He's got a head of steam. Dalen Bauer's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's still on his feet. He's cutting back across the field. And Bauer is finally brought down all the way back. What is that? The 23-yard line.
All 3 phases, guys. Not only our whole team, but even individual players. Like Dalen Bauer,
the quarterback.
Our quarterback.
Well, yes, you said it. The quarterback.
He's not just our quarterback. He's just, Dalen Bauer is so much more than just a quarterback. He could play any position. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say Dalen Bauer could play any position on the field.
I wouldn't
What
doubt
do you
that.
think that? I mean, he
might not can kick.
There's a few
I don't know if he can kick or not. That's a good point.
He can
okay, well, there you
back
go.
in the day. There's a few of them that can play any position.
Hand the boy the tuba and see if he can do the halftime show.
I don't know.
He can do it all.
Hey, Everson now out at quarterback.
He's getting some Gatorade right now, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He's not even in the quarterback right now. I guess he's catching a breather.
You have a 2-by-2 look for the Tigers. 1st and 10 on the 35. Going to be a keeper by Everson around the right side. Going to be a short gain.
Big number 5, Kalen Reeves, making the tackle there for the Mustangs.
Going to bring up 2nd and about 7 for the Tigers.
Yeah, you're right, Coach Chris. Gunter normally defers in the second half, so when we're up, it's just got to be so demoralizing to come in on defense as an opposing team every single week.
There's nothing worse than that. You go into halftime, you give the ball right back to him, and then you get a return by Bauer like that, back deep in your own territory. Backfield look for the Tigers, split wide to the far side. Everson's going to keep her, and he fumbles. It's going to be scooped up by the Mustangs.
Yeah, fumble recovered by the Mustangs. That was number 11, Robbie Pridemore, making the fumble recovery there. He gets up a little bit hobbled.
Everson trying to hold it by one hand. You got to hold that with 2 hands.
Yes, I think he was looking for the option, but he was getting hit when he had.
Yeah, he covered up.
It ain't a loaf of bread. Hang on to the ball.
You know the problem. If Gunter has a weakness, it's the turnover. Has there not been a turnover in almost every game this year?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the weakness.
The Achilles tendon of the Tigers. Going to be 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs.
Speaking of first down, another first half stat for you. 11 first downs for Gunter, 4 for Mustangs in the first half. That tells the story a lot, too. As the quarterback looks to give to the running back underneath again, and kind of the same story there. Can't really find any running room.
Yeah, initially hit by number 4, Clopton off the edge.
I'm a novice statistician, but you get a first down on a penalty, does it count as a first down?
Yeah.
So those 4 first downs, 2 or 3 of those were penalty first downs.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That was number 8, Owen Moore, with the run there. We have an injured player on the field, so we're going to take just a moment here. I did not see who the injured player was.
It's Rigsby, and it looks like the refs are talking to him.
Okay, maybe he's just shook
maybe
up
they're
there.
telling him he needs to go to the sideline. He's saying he's fine, I think, but he's going to be enforced to the sideline.
I didn't see what happened to Rigsby there.
He's it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes you think, it's the shoulder, and it turns out it's the left toe. You just don't know by the way they walk.
Or a cramp.
We'll see if he lays down or grabs
Is
a
it his
banana or
shoulder?
some Gatorade.
He's hanging his right arm.
Well, that's got to be a big momentum changer for the Chisum Mustangs. They've got to feel like, hey, guys, we just avoided another score to start the third quarter. Now we have the ball near midfield. They've got to be a little excited about that. Looks like they have a little pep in their step as they come up to the line of scrimmage right here, Roy.
Yeah, Schiller actually led the team in rushing yards from as he rolls to his right here, being in heavy pursuit. He's going to make his way around the end and pick up some pretty decent yardage there. Got a flag on the play.
Might have been a late hit out of bounds.
He was still going strong forward, though.
I was just about to
Look
say
at the student section there, the Gunter student section.
Staying warm.
Yeah, Schiller had five attempts for 9 yards in the first half, and he actually led the team in rushing at quarterback. And he might have picked up 9 yards on that play alone. They got a flag on the play, so it looks like it might be holding or something. I'm not sure.
I don't think either team knows. No one's admitting defeat on this, but
No.
it looks like Gunter's finally starting to back up, and that's another big penalty.
Yeah, big penalty against Gunter there. Going to
What
be
was
a
it?
personal foul. Isn't that what you got, Todd?
Third personal foul for the night?
Yeah, personal foul.
What was it?
I don't know.
It could have been a late hit out of bounds. It was
Probably. Tacked on to the end of
far
that
over
play,
there.
though, so it made like it's a big gain for Chisum.
Chisum seconds left on the play clock. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Chisum
Third
now with
quarter.
2 wide receivers, his quarterback under center. Here's a snap, looks to his right, fake throw, and then he does get the pass off. I'm not sure if that was complete, and that's going to fall incomplete, just short.
I'm not sure the jump up, fake a pass, and come back down is in the playbook. I think he was winging that.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. Against Gunter, you don't have time to jump up. Once you
don't-
land, they're already there.
You don't want to leave your feet against this defense for sure.
Well, he may have had to look over the linebackers to find out what he was doing, and then he went off to do it.
Right. 2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs.
That's 13. Luke Schiller goes to the sideline, gets the play, then comes back to the huddle, and then breaks the huddle, now under center. It's going to be a give to his running back around the end. He's got some running room here. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before a pickup for a first down.
Great play.
Yeah. That was number 8, Owen Moore.
Knocked out of bounds by number 2, Everson.
He's the kid who made the little 8-yard run
At
first
yes.
quarter.
He did, yeah.
He's got some speed when he gets around outside.
He hit that seam. See how he hit that seam right there? It was good.
He lost some yards, and he had 6 carries that our stats show he tallied for -5 yards for the first half, but that's probably for a few losses because he did pick up some good yardage in the first half and a nice gain right there for a first down.
That's the kind of confidence they were hoping for in the first half or the first quarter to say, hey, we can move the ball here.
And Coach Frizzell has our starters are out. Yeah, just to keep that in mind.
And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle and tough running, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. That's number 13, Luke Schiller, in for the touchdown for the Chisum Mustangs. Do have a flag on the play. It looks like this one's going to come back.
Holding. Looks like the area of holding.
Looked like it's probably going to be a holding penalty against the Mustangs.
Well, it's nice to keep a lot of zeros on the scoreboard, but at the end of the day, isn't it better to have your second team with some experience headed into the playoffs, Chris?
Absolutely. They're getting some experience here tonight, Todd. The holding penalty is an interesting thing right now. And
Let's see. Can you see it?
What's that?
The holding on the replay?
I didn't see it, but I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back them up 10.
Yeah,
there's a debate on what holding is right now in high school football. Some coaches are saying the guys are holding every play and the refs ought to be calling it. And then some coaches are saying, why'd you call holding on that? That was completely legal.
If it's inside, it's not holding.
That's
if it's
right.
around the shoulder, it's holding.
No, if you get caught, it's holding.
That's
if
right.
you don't, it's not holding.
Right, and there's a lot going on. As the pitch now goes to number 8, Moore again, and that play's going to be stretched out, and he's not going to get any positive yardage
and it
there.
showed why you cannot go wide on the Gunter Tigers.
I'm of the opinion that there's a penalty on every play.
Yeah.
It's just which ones get
See,
called.
number
and
8's
which ones
looking
don't.
here, trying to get around the end, but that Gunter Tiger defense just swallows him up.
It swarms, doesn't it?
They're fast.
Tigers leading 43-0 here with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
This is going to be interesting to get this off. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. We're just now leaving the huddle. Let's see if they get it off in time. It's 2nd and about 13.
Here's the snap. Quarterback's looking to throw, but he decides pretty quickly he's going to have to run. And Luke Schiller just barely picks up any yardage. He's coming up all the bottom of that pile. He played tough tonight. He really has.
Brought down by number 60, Real Roan, and number 58, Cardell Smith.
That's that pocket just collapsed so quick.
Yes, it did, didn't it?
3rd and 12.
Well, guys,
what do you do here?
Well, I say they kick a field goal on third down.
Hey,
they're in range.
They're in range right now. What are they waiting on? I expect to see a little bit of action from number 5 tonight at the tight end, but I think he's
we had
busy
heard
blocking.
about him, yeah.
We had really heard a lot about him. I watched some film on him, and a tremendous athlete.
I think they're really having to use him to stop the
block.
defensive back,
Try to
just to
block.
block.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's a great athlete. He's not really getting to showcase his running and his passing or catching talent, but they probably just need some meat on the line, and he's probably doing the best he can out there.
They're really trying to perfect their running game as we look here at the 2016 championship run.
Yeah, looking recapping the 16 season, going through the Howe 42-14. But the number one is the bottom one there, the bowling 43-7. You know, that's the biggest margin of victory since the UIL has split the classifications from 1A to 2A.
Yeah.
Gunter holds the biggest margin of victory in 3A D2 with that 43-7.
And I would say it didn't even feel that close. Gunter,
no,
the
it
opening
wasn't.
hit.
It wasn't.
What was the best game on this schedule?
Canadian.
Hands
Winner,
down,
Wichita
Canadian.
Falls.
It was
44.
so cold we felt like we were in Canada, but we were playing against Canadian in Wichita
Very
Falls.
well coached. Mirror image, except they ran the spread of the boys of Gunter.
Yeah.
Awesome game.
That was such a great game.
Yeah, it was probably the best game of the year, not only for Gunter, but just for the fans. It was
both sides.
Both sides. And that's a class organization. You know, they lost a tough game.
Yeah.
Remember, they came out to the middle of the field, listened
Yeah,
to the school
that's-
song. They were just so classy. Canadian
That's
is
what
a-
I've never
Canadian
seen that. I
definitely.
mean, that was cool. Very cool.
All right, we got 2 wide receivers to the left. Quarterback's rolling to his left. He's trying to get the ball off, and he does. That's going to be picked off, though.
By
Picked
number
off
2, Everson.
By Everson.
Well, Everson got a little revenge on that. He's the one who caused the turnover. Now he got the ball back.
Well,
here about a
redemption
couple
right there.
minutes later.
You know, though, he should have knocked that down.
Yeah,
He
because
would have had them, you know, but hey.
if he'd have knocked it
you
down,
take
he
the
would've-
interception.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you get the stats.
Right.
Absolutely.
Get the stats. Well, he had once again. He had a little chip on his shoulder for giving the ball up earlier.
Right,
anyway,
right.
So he needed to get the ball back.
And you know, man, you're always just thinking about how am I going to get back to
Get
that
the-
other end zone.
yeah.
I'm going to get a 101-yard return.
Return,
back.
yeah.
That's what I'd be thinking.
Oh, yeah, you and me both. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Tigers now back on the field. Ball spotted right outside the 10 on about the 12-yard line. Everson, the quarterback, eye backfield. Going to be a toss play to Scrappy around the right side. He's looking to make a move. He's going to get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tackled by
Got
big
a
number
couple.
52, Grant Schiller there.
Gonna
He's
break
a senior, 205 pounds, big boy.
Right on. He's going to bring up second and about 8.
This is
for the Tigers.
Gunner's second team offense, right?
Yes.
Almost everybody on the field, second team.
Yes.
So let's see if they can move the ball against Chisum.
Trips to the far side.
Everson now looking to the sideline to get the play.
Parker Gaines now in the backfield. Lake Reed split wide to the near side here. Going to be a give up the middle to Gaines, and he's going to get nowhere.
Yeah, stopped by number 5, Kalen Reeves, rather.
Maybe a short loss.
Gaines is just a good football running back name.
It is.
The man's name is Gaines.
I got Gaines.
Not Loss, it's Gaines.
You know, he was on the left side, and now he's on the right side. I guess they're just moving him around.
Yeah,
He's
just
an
trying to make
athlete.
something happen.
He probably goes wherever he wants to.
Going to bring up 3rd and long now for the Tigers. See what they do. Eye backfield look. Goodson the tailback. Going to be a quick pitch to Goodson to the left, and he is swallowed up by number 5.
Yeah, that's the big number 5, Kalen Reeves. He covers a lot of, got a pretty big wingspan there.
Well, I tell you what. Well, we're going to have to bring our punter out, aren't we?
Man, Kalen Reeves, 220 pounds and athletic. He's a fun kid to watch play football. And being a basketball fan, I read that he's a dual sport guy. He just does a lot, and you could tell he's very athletic.
Well, Chisum set up for an NFL punt. They're way back
Always
there.
set.
And
He does get a Tiger bounce.
Gonna nearly be to the 50.
Not bad. 49. Gonzalez was in his own end zone and kicked it to the 49. Not bad.
Evan's doing us a great job on punting and kicking game.
We do have a running clock. 1:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shot there of the Gunner cheerleaders.
Well, let's see Chisum. Well, once again, I think the flags are moving Chisum a little bit more than anything else, but they did have a little bit of success against this second-team defense of Gunter. So, maybe their coach is like, hey, guys, we're not facing the brick wall we were facing. We're facing a brick wall, but not the brick wall.
Right.
So let's try some things. Maybe they'll pull some things back out of the play clock or the playbook that didn't work in the first half.
Right.
There's that delay again.
Yeah, it's going to be a give to Moore, that same play we saw earlier, and he's trying to get ahead, still moving forward. Thought he was going to be hit for potential loss, but he winds up gaining about 5 yards there. We'll see what the spot is.
Kept his feet moving.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, didn't give up.
Forward.
Yep. Owen Moore, he's been the guy to getting the most yards here from the running back position for the Mustangs tonight. Oh, yeah, he picked up 4 yards on that. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Mustangs. This little quarterback runs to the sideline to get the play and then runs it back in. He just runs his legs off.
They might want to think about, some of those signs you hold up with, Michael J. Fox and a picture of a guitar. And,
right.
And a Volkswagen.
Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Knight Rider.
A DeLorean.
Oh, quarterback keeper.
Yeah, quarterback keeper. And that's going to be big number 13, Luke Schiller.
Brought down by number 21, Grant McClure.
And that's going to be yards good enough for a first down for Schiller.
Well, Chisum here is putting together a solid drive. Chisum is responding, but Gunter still leads 43-0 as we enter the third quarter here at Ambush Stadium.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And we welcome you back to Gunter, Texas, where the Tigers are doing pretty good in their bid to stay perfect against the Chisum Mustangs. 43-0 as we head here into the fourth quarter with Chisum with the ball looking to try to get on the scoreboard. They actually got on, but a penalty pulled them back. But here we are, 1st and 10 in Gunter territory. Roy, looks like they're maybe looking to pass now.
Yep, they're still looking to move the ball, and they've had a little bit of success here in the second half. Quarterback looking to throw, and there's big number 5 with the reception that we talked about. Number 5, Kalen Reeves, caught the ball out of the tight end spot, and nice little pickup there. So about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, nice open field tackle by number 13.
I expect to see that all day
Clayton
long
Reed.
right there.
Good play.
Yeah, that was number 13, Clayton
Yes.
Reed, taking down the big man there on a tackle. It's a lot of men to bring down there, 220 pounds out of the tight end.
Wish they were in our basketball district. They'd be fun to play.
Yeah.
Got some big guys there.
No, they're not, are they? It's more.
Yeah, they
it's more
realign it for basketball.
Yeah.
Quarterback dropping back now. We do have an early flag on the play, and he was looking for Kalen Reeves again. Pass ball's incomplete.
What y'all see over there?
Maybe offsides.
False start.
Flag. Yeah, flag here on the near side.
Okay.
It will
Back
be
to
a
second 10
false start
now.
for the Mustangs. Going to back them up 5.
Hey.
Bring up 2nd and about
I
11.
like to see this little tight end action. I wanted to see him
I did too.
play.
6'2", 220 pounds, Kalen Reeves. Plays tight end and defensive end. He's a senior. He's one of those guys that just has that college football build about him.
Yeah.
You know, just the size and everything that he has, and some of the plays I've seen him make on film this year have been pretty impressive.
He's one of those guys where if you share the locker next to him, you just got to wait for him to get out of the way or you can't open your door.
Yeah.
That's where you just stay in the shower. Just wait for him to get ready, then you get out.
Mustang ball on the Tiger 36.
There's the snap. That looks like that was a quarterback keeper there by number 13, Luke Schiller. Short gain on the play. They'll bring up third and 9 now for Mustangs.
Roy, you alluded to it earlier, but, you look at the Gunter sideline, culture of football. We've got a whole other team over there.
Yeah.
Chisum, you have one or two key injuries, you're hurting over there. There's not a lot of kids on the sideline.
Yeah, they got 4 or 5 subs, I think, over there. So, yeah, these boys are playing Ironman football both ways, most of them. That's true for Gunter as well. Quarterback now looking to his left, scrambling now, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield.
Boy, he rolled out left, which he would have had to make a really awkward throw, but our defensive back bit on that play, and the wide receiver was open down the field. This quarterback didn't have a chance to get the ball off.
That was number 51, Steele Culp, making the sack back there.
Culp? I can't tell the numbers. Some of them are so shiny, I can't tell who's who.
Boy, that
was a stop and go route.
It was a stop and go route, and he was wide open. If they would have rolled out to the right, he might have got that throw up, but they had him rolling out left, and he was a right-hander, and that would have just broke his shoulder trying to throw that deep down the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I said 51. I also heard Parker Gaines on that play.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what the number was.
The result, though, is a 4th and long now.
Kick a field goal.
For the Mustangs. Kick a field goal. And the punt's going to get off. See if we get a return here. No, they're going to get away from it. Tigers going to take over from 20-yard line.
Tiger football.
8 minutes, 20-something seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Once again, the Gunter second-team squad is going to get some practice. Like we talked about before, next man up. When it comes to the playoffs, the people run a little bit faster. You get hit a little bit harder. And sometimes you got to tap the top of that helmet and come out, and you need to know the guy coming in can do the job. Exactly. And this is a great time of the year. As we wind down here in the fourth quarter, we got a trivia question. Who holds the Texas record for the most passes thrown in a game?
We got a pitch back to number 24.
Torres
on the carry.
The most passes thrown in a game. Texas record for most passes thrown in a game.
It can't be Montana. It's Johnny Manziel
at Kerrville Tivy against San Antonio Madison.
Money Manziel, 75 passes thrown.
His arm had to hurt. It just had to hurt after throwing 75.
Yeah. After Torres' gain, going to bring up 2nd and 1 now for the Tigers. 2-by-2 set, stack set. Everson rolling to his left, got a man open. It's going to be complete to Backcheese. He makes the inside move to keep the clock running. He does pick up the first down.
There's a flag on the play.
Come out, yeah.
What? We do have a flag. I don't see it. We have a flag.
And I'm really interested in what they're going to call here because I don't think he pushed off. But they came from the sideline judge.
What was that? What does it mean to touch the head? Touch of the head.
I don't remember.
Illegal procedure?
No. Illegal man downfield.
Excessive route running? I don't know.
It could be too bright of a scoreboard.
Bright scoreboard?
Yeah, it's illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield. All right, well, that makes sense.
All right, it's going to bring it back. 2nd and 6. Ball on the 24-yard line. Eye backfield. Toss back to Scrappy. That's a little bit of room to run. He's going to be hit for going to be a loss of about 1. Going to bring up 3rd and 7 now.
Interesting. We're trying a lot of different plays here. We're trying to run, trying to pass, went left, went right. Just trying this group out. All right, here, let's try another one, guys. What state championship game had the most attendance?
I believe it was last year's 6A game.
I believe it was.
Or
maybe
maybe you're right. Maybe Highland Park.
Yeah.
The 6A.
And
Highland Park versus Winsboro.
No, it wasn't Winsboro. We have a timeout, Tigers.
Allen.
Allen versus Pearland.
Okay.
I was at that game.
All right, question. Where was that?
2013.
Huh?
Was that in
It's got to be AT&T.
Nobody else at AT&T. I was there.
I thought it was last year, too.
Me and Jacob was there. Yeah, I thought it was, too.
Huh. What do we know?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know trivia.
Well, Roy, tell us a little bit about what Chisum can expect after having to face the #1 team in the state tonight.
Well, I mean, this is going to be the hardest thing they're going to face in district, and they need to try to pick up wins in Leonard and Whitewright. And you see there that they did pull out that 1-point victory over S&S, which kind of puts them in a place where if they win out, they're looking a whole lot better than what it could be. S&S was a team that, you remember, was our closest competition. They were 11-0 well into the second quarter, Gunter versus S&S, and Chisum beat them, 14-13. So looking at this team, it's hard to say. But I think they could pick up wins at both Leonard and White-Wright and finish out the season strong. They got nothing to hold their head about. They just need to keep rebuilding. They've tripled their wins from last year already, and they're just a rebuilded team.
Here we go. Double tight. Everson back, going to be an end around. Number 10, Goodson. Going to be a nice gain of about 3. Going to bring up third and going to bring up fourth and about 2.
Several
like the punt team will come on. 5:23 to go.
Several Mustangs in on that tackle, including number 10, Bryson Chadwick, who's been an active player for the Mustangs today, as he's now lined up back to deep to receive the punt.
Gonzalez set to kick, punt rather. Snap. Kick is up. Nice kick. It does take a Tiger bounce.
It almost happened right there, Coach Chris, but one of the things that's interesting about Gunter's speed is we get downfield sometimes before the ball does, and we've already seen it happen once this year. Ball hit one of our players in the back of the head, and right there it almost hit us again. It's a little tough when you can run faster than we can kick.
I know. Speed kills, like you said, that classic saying.
Well, with 4 minutes left, let me ask you this question, guys. Normally the first team is already on the bench at halftime, so sometimes it's hard to know who stands out. Well, who are our 2 standout players for today? I mean, is it Clopton and Jance? Is that the answer, or is there anybody else that stood out?
Clopton by far.
Yeah, I'd say Clopton, Jance, and then Dalen Bauer as well.
There he is, right there. Number 4.
Yeah, looking good.
He's got the flowing locks. He's got the flowing locks coming out of the back of the helmet.
And here's quarterback rolling to his right, trying to stay on his feet for Chisum.
He got swallowed up by that Tiger defense. A swarm of them, led by number 60, Will Roan.
He don't know if he had a man deep or not because he couldn't see over the Gunter defenders. They were just swarming around him.
Feel like he's hurting a little bit.
Yeah. It's been a tough night.
Yeah.
Tough not to be a quarterback against the Tiger defense.
As this district has just got wider and wider as we go to East Texas, one of the phenomenons about Gunter, they live so close to the Red River, you can't play north or you're in Oklahoma. You can't go south into DFW or you're playing big schools, so you have to go east and west. And so we play some teams that really are pretty far east this year. Chisum's one of them.
Yeah.
And, whoa, look at that play.
Yeah, that faked me out for sure. I was looking for the pitch to the left, and it was number 3, Race Briscoe, with his first carry of the night for the Mustangs in a nice little game.
How about this? Since 2006, which team has 4 state titles and been undefeated 3 times?
Golly.
I think I know this.
You think you know who it is?
It has to be Allen, doesn't it? I mean, who else?
Yeah, because Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
I don't know.
Or is it? It's not
Wascom?
Bremont. It's not Bremont, is it?
I don't think Wascom went undefeated 3 times.
No.
Oh, what a great block by number 51 on that play.
Yeah, number 8, Owen Moore with the carry.
Katie.
There. Another.
Katie.
Katie. We don't know nothing.
Katie does make sense. I'll buy
that.
But I thought Allen had
Coach
some
Joseph
of those
down
as well.
there is right on.
Owen Moore with another nice pickup, we said there. Bringing up 4th down here for the Mustangs, though.
They are going for it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Man, 71, Jaden Murphy.
Yeah, he fell forward, He may.
Did he get it?
He may have got that. I think the way the ref's walking out there, I think they're going to give it to him out of courtesy. Yeah, they sure are.
Man, look at this. Jaden Murphy is a sophomore on the offensive line. Is 230 pounds. And Logan Hawkins, another sophomore on the offensive line, 230 pounds.
Wow.
You wonder why they're trying to build a culture of running the football.
Yeah,
when you got 460 pounds in 2 guys right there that you got 3 years with, including this one.
Great little run.
Yeah, that's number 3, Race Briscoe.
They're going to walk away with some stats
Brought down by
here.
number 24, Steve Torres.
Briscoe is a sophomore. So, I mean, you know, again, Chisum's a team that's trying to turn things around. It hadn't been in the playoffs since 2007, and they're headed in the right direction. So hats off to them for that. Got some guys that are making some plays here from 10th grade, and so a lot of good things ahead for them. That ball's going to be stripped and fumbled, but it's going to be recovered. Recovered by number 10, Bryson Chadwick.
That was stripped by number 75, Angel Fuentes.
Yeah, Angel took that ball away. I mean, that wasn't an incidental fumble. He ripped it away from him.
Yeah, he did.
With the running clock and the game clock, this might be the last play of the game. You pull out. I guess they're not going to pull out anything fancy. They're just going to try to run it right up the middle again.
Yeah.
Well, that was one last give to number 3, Race Briscoe again.
Yeah, with 17 seconds left in the game, I don't think they're going to get a play in right now. They're just going to call it good and say, you know what, guys? We kept them under 50 points. That's better than most teams have done this year.
Let's go to Dairy Queen.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go to Dairy. Can I get a blizzard, please?
Let's hit the Dairy Queen and White Ride on the way home. That's what they're saying.
We heard from some teams that we've been playing in East Texas. They're just happy to see a Chick-fil-A in Sherman on the way back home.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. They don't have some Chick-fil-A's over there.
Boys, that look like that's going to be number 25 consecutive games in a row for the Tigers.
Wow.
43-0 over the Chisum Mustangs.
Well, you know, for Gunter, I think the big stat for them is they take pride in that 0 on the right side of that scoreboard right there, because it's the defense. We learned that last year. You know, we have high-flying offense and we can score, but when you can stop people from scoring, you don't have to score if you have an off night.
Yep.
And that 0 is super important.
You can't win if you can't score. You know, Captain Obvious.
Somehow it works that way.
Right.
Well, this has been a great day full of big plays. There's one right there with that Jant early on in the game.
Yeah.
Bauer is quarterback
another
here to
toss
pitch
play.
back.
Jantz takes it around the right side. Look at the speed. Look at the acceleration. Touchdown Tigers.
Yeah. Stop till he gets to the track.
You know, here's another one. I think this is going to be. Going to be clopping around the edge on the end around.
This is where they're still going to the outside.
Inside out move. Takes it down to the 1 inch.
Boy, it looked like he made it.
Yeah, we thought he made it because the pylon moved, but
he got
Rigby got in on that one. Then again, he says, "Not today, not today." You know, you got Bauer again over to Clopton.
Wow,
Tiger touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean it was definitely the Jantz
Clopton again.
Show. Clopton again.
I didn't realize Clopton had scored.
He's a scoring machine.
Scored 74 times.
It feels like it.
He ought to be a trivia question by now.
You know what? What game was that a couple times ago that he literally scored probably like 6 or 7 times?
And only one counted?
Too many flags.
43-0 is your final score from Ambush Stadium tonight as the schools are playing their school songs. Looking across the field at the Chisum Mustangs facing their crowd that traveled, I guess, pretty well. You know, coming all the way from Paris, they had to bring camping gear far away as they are over here, so that's pretty good.
4-0 in district play for Gunter. Chisum, this puts them as 2-1. Is that correct for the, or is this 5?
Must be 5-0 and 9-0 overall.
That's right. It's all. We just added one, so now they're 2-2. And like you said, Roy, all they need to do is pull off a couple more wins in their last 2 games. They're looking pretty. They're looking
and I
good.
think if they split the last 2, they get one of those wins, they'll be in.
Right. That'd be nice.
If they beat Whitewright, and then Leonard could be icing on the cake if they were to get beat by Leonard. But if they beat Whitewright, I believe they will be in.
Let's talk about it.
So they beat SNS.
A stat that doesn't get recorded, but it's very important, especially as we close in, coming into a bye week and later in the season. There were no injuries tonight that I know of. No significant injuries.
No.
That's funny you say that. I was just going to talk about this. We sort of hit on this part of the year. Sometimes it's frustrating when you have a team this loaded and this powerful. You want to see how you do against someone really another team that's of high caliber like you, and we have not run into anybody like that. Yeah. However, we're not getting injured, and I think you'd probably rather have that running into the playoffs.
Sure. Great night tonight for the Tigers. Another gutsy win for them and a 43-0 victory over the Chisum Mustangs. Great football Friday night lights. It's been a great night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Another Tiger win. That's always a good thing. 9-0, 25 in a row, and 5-0 in district. So, solid night.
I'm standing here with Coach Vizell. Coach, another dominant performance by your team tonight. But, Coach, I understand that you make individualized goals. You make small goals each and every week. What are some things you want to see out of your team as you continue the rest of the season?
Well, we're all about improving every single day. We try to really compartmentalize the game, and even during practice, try to talk about individual periods, getting better, and things like that. So, I think that we've got to continue to do that. And if we continue to do that, I think we'll have a good chance to win some playoff games for sure.